And welcome back and welcome in now. Kelsey Rowell, assistant coach for Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, off another national championship, 11th consecutive for Baylor A&T. They won it over the weekend. Kelsey, congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, John. Excited to be here with you.
Appreciate it. A little bit of a raspy voice there. Hopefully some celebrations and kind of a late night coming back on Sunday also, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So I sound a little bit better than I did yesterday, but and we've all been resting up yesterday and then today, so trying to get back on our A game already. So hard work doesn't stop.
Very good. Well, you deserve a break. You deserve a rest a little bit. So let's talk about it for you guys. Just a pretty dominating performance, it seemed like. I know Duquesne was your first meet out there in Azusa, California, and I think you won by 20-some points. So it seemed like that got you off to a really good start.
It did, yeah. So Duquesne is a second-year program, so first time making it to the championship, but they did fantastic. They showed up and did everything that they could. Our start values were just a little bit different there, so we kind of knew we were going in with a lead, but we wanted to continue to build that lead throughout the day, and that's what we ended up doing, capitalized on that, and then moved into day two. So we were happy with the performance on day one. Had a couple things that we wanted to clean up throughout the week, and I think that they did that really well. So.
Good. And we talked about this with Fee last week. You know, normally you go to a competition site, or if it's at home, you compete, you win, and then you got a week or so before your next one. This one's different, isn't it, that you had 3 in 3 days? How different was that?
Yeah, that is a big difference for us. And so we really focus on recovery and refueling. And so every single day after the meet, we had as many things that they could possibly throw into their body to help that recovery process start, and then really focused on some sleep, and then traveling with Kristen Hooten. She always does a fantastic job taking care of them, making sure they need whatever they need to in that recovery process, doing treatments on the road, prepping them for that meet start time again. We did have the later meet on day one as well. And so we knew we would have that exact 24-hour recovery period time before that next meet hit. And so we were just really focused on trying to set them up the best that we could, get them everything that they needed post-meet, whether it was Levy. It was funny. She was like, I'm doing this team event for the breadsticks after this. I need those carbs after this. And so we joked about that before she went on to the mat. And then after, when she had her breadsticks, she showed it to me and she was like, this is what I did it for. And so they're funny too. But yeah, they did awesome and they recovered really well. And then we had that 4th day of event championships, individuals as well too. So really 4 days in a row for them.
Yeah, that's true. So the team competition ends on Saturday. You win that, but then the individual competition on Sunday. So it really was 4 days in a row, which is really different.
Yeah. And they did awesome, and they actually qualified for every single individual event championship as well too. The only team that made it into every single event possibility for working for an event title. So they showed up and did what they needed to on day one, and then they kind of just continually, gradually progressed from there. So
great. How about Quinnipiac in the championship on Saturday? Not Oregon. Some folks may look at the rankings and the seedings. Not Oregon, but Quinnipiac stepped up, and it looked like, I mean, I think y'all won by 5+ points, but pretty good competition there.
Yeah, it was. So we knew going into this championship that whoever it came down to, it was going to be head to head no matter what. And Quinnipiac was fantastic competition that day. They really showed up in every single event. They hit, honestly, the best that they did throughout the championship. They hit every single event, didn't really have any mess ups throughout the meet. And so we knew as we kind of continually, gradually went through the meet, we just knew we would need to continue to show up and show out. And we got to that team event, and it was probably the best that they've done it all season, especially because we made a couple of tweaks right before our second to last meet of the season. So only had a little bit of time kind of before the championship to really nail down the changes that we made, and they absolutely killed it. And it was super high energy, lots of fun, and what a way to go out on the last day, because we weren't really necessarily satisfied with our performance on day 2 when it came to team event. We knew we could do it better, and so they came in and they really delivered. So it was really fun.
Wow. So y'all were making changes even going into the championship matchup.
Yeah, we were. So we were trying to get just as many points as we could back and as many points as we could out there. And so really just fine tuning things going into it and adjusting where we needed to. And our team always adapts so well, and they adapt to change so well. And so we knew that they could do it, and we knew that they could do it really well, and it paid off in the end.
Gosh, that's great. Kelsey Rowell with us, assistant coach for Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, national champions again this year. And you've worked with Fee for a long time. I'm guessing y'all could finish each other's sentences. You know how she thinks. She knows how you think. That's really been good for both of you, hasn't it, to have that long-standing working relationship?
It does, and it definitely pays off. And I actually told her after the championship that night, because it was a really cool experience, because a lot of the alumni, my former teammates who I haven't seen for 12 plus years, were there at the championship. And
wow.
Because it was our final NCATA championship. And so I said to Fee that night, I said, you know what? I was like, we won the first one together and we won the last one together. And
wow.
We were like, that's actually kind of really special. And yes, the first one was when I was a student athlete, but to be able to be a part of a program and stay together and kind of build that long together is something really special, I think. And we definitely thank for each other when we can and help each other out where we can. And so it's definitely, I'm grateful for it, and I'm happy to just be a part of that journey and continuing to go.
That's very cool. I guess you and Fee are the only two people on the earth who could say that you were a part of the first NCATA National Championship and the last.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody else, right? Yeah. Nope. That's great. Yeah. How does she explain to people how much she leans on you and how much, you are her right hand in a lot of ways in coaching this team?
Well, we definitely process and think about things differently. So she always says that she's kind of the 50,000 feet person. And I'm really meticulous and detail oriented, sometimes to a point where it kind of drives me a little bit crazy, but she evens me out. And so she gives me ownership of tumbling, but she helps me kind of fine tune and does that oversight view. So I'm definitely the person who will go in and pick things apart and think about things like to a T. And then she's that person that looks at everything big picture and sees kind of where we need to go and how we need to get there. And then I kind of just help her along the way. So,
yeah, that's good. Very complimentary skills for you and for Fee. Is it any different? You've been a part of so many national championships. Does each one kind of stand on its own, or I know you don't get bored with it, but is this one different in any way than any of the others?
I feel like all of them are uniquely their own, and every year there's a different challenge. And so this year it was no different. They're all really special, and we kind of fight for this very special feeling you get when kind of everything is cooking, hitting. Our team kind of hits their stride and their peak, and it's like they beat us at the end. Feels really, they just take it into their hands and help each other out, and that's kind of how this one was. And I know even in our, we had some here and there, wasn't the perfect team event, whereas this end of this championship, they really just build momentum the entire way through, and they showed up and they showed out, and they kind of brought each other together before it, tumbling event and team event, and they were hyping each other up. And that's really special to see and to know that they can do and kind of take it into their hands. And we've given them all the tools to possibly be able to do that. And so this one was special and unique just simply for that reason. We kind of talk about chasing this feeling for the rest of your life. And we were able to feel that, and they were crying at the end of team event because they did everything that they possibly could. So no matter what the result was at the end of the day, we were happy with them. And that's kind of just all you want them to feel at the end of it.
Wow. Yeah, y'all say that, and it's absolutely true. Whether you win or lose, you just want to put your best out there on the mats, and you win. I think that's 62 straight wins now for Baylor A&T. But that's a great approach. Final thing, you mentioned the breadsticks. Is there anything else y'all do as a team or any individuals that's kind of become a celebration tradition with you guys?
And so some of the parents brought in ice cream, and they come in and they decorate the hotel for us, and the girls don't know what's happening. And I think it kind of just depends year to year, depending on what they want. I know on the road, we really harp on just like water and coffee, making sure they're hydrating and fueling the whole time, not really taking it or anything like that. So they were all really excited at the airport when they got to have a Dr. Pepper or a Coke or something like that. So they get pretty excited about that. But
Right.
yeah, usually it's, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that they got excited for. Usually it's just food all the time. Like we love to
food.
eat. So everything is just food, and when's our next meal and what are we eating pregame? And we got to eat really well on this trip. Treasure took care of us. So
Nice.
they were pretty excited for every meal that we had. So,
well, they can eat because they work it off. That's amazing. And you did have great fan support. I mean, parents and fans a long way away in Azusa, California. You had a lot of Baylor green and gold there.
Yeah, I think that we had a ticket list of, I believe, of like near 180.
Wow.
And so traveling, our fans have truly like traveled throughout this entire season. I think every single time we go to an away meet, it feels like a home meet. Nothing is quite like the Farrell Center. And so that's truly our home, but they have showed up and showed out for us this entire season as well too. And so our parents really travel well, and we're really grateful for them, and they take such good care of us. They spoil us. They put together quite the care package for not just the athletes, but the student or the staff and support staff and everybody alongside us that help us as well too. So we're really grateful for them, and we're grateful for how they continue to show up for us too.
Very cool. That's great. Well, thanks for sharing with us today, and congratulations again. Thrilled for you. We never take it for granted, and y'all always deliver. So congratulations on another national championship.
Thank you so much, John.
All right. See you soon. Kelsey Rowell, Baylor assistant coach for Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, now the 11-time NCATA national champions. John Morris Show. We'll take a break. Be right back.